Hello family, welcome and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing great. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you a healthy and delicious dinner recipe that you're going to love. Let's get to today's video. I'm going to start the video by adding 1 kilogram of my all-purpose wheat flour to my mixing bowl, my black basin that I have right there. To it, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of my baking soda and half a tablespoon of salt to taste, and then all I'm going to do is to mix well. I'm now going to add my warm water bit by bit as I knead my dough, making sure there are no lumps on my dough. You have to knead your dough well and make sure there are no lumps on your dough. So for this particular flatbread recipe, it's now trending online and it's like a Turkish flatbread recipe. So for me, I'm going to improvise since we are going to be making a healthy dinner. So for this flatbread recipe, people usually use yeast. So for me, instead of yeast, I'm going to use baking soda. After kneading my dough for a little while, I'm going to add some oil and then I'm going to knead my dough again for 2 minutes. I'm going to cover it really well and then I'm going to leave it overnight. You have to leave your dough overnight for good results. For soft flatbreads, you have to leave your dough overnight. So you're going to make your dough overnight and then leave it for the next day, something like that. So moving on, I'm going to make those tiny balls that you can see right now. So for me, I made 15 balls. So it depends on the size you want to make. You can make 10 to 15 balls from 1 kilogram of all-purpose wheat flour, and you can double the recipe or you can divide the recipe. It's up to you. So after making the balls, I'm then going to cover them again for 15 to 20 minutes. And then after 20 minutes, here I am again. I'm going to dust one of my balls and then I'm going to dust my board, my chapati board. So in my country, we just call this chapati. They're literally chapati. So you can call them whatever you want. You can call them flatbread. So after dusting my board, I'm going to lay my ball and then all I'm going to do is to use my rolling pin to flatten it as shown in the video. And then moving on, I'm going to preheat my pan for 5 to 7 minutes and then all I'm going to do is to add my flatbread. I'm going to cook it so you're going to check on your flatbread and make sure it doesn't burn. So since you used baking soda, your flatbread is going to start to swell or something like that. It's going to form some bubbles, some kind of bubbles. I know you're going to see that. And then after that, you're going to flip the other side of your flatbread and then you're going to cook it and check on it, something like that. I hope you understand what I mean by that. So moving on, I'm going to just repeat the process so you can understand what I've been explaining in the video. I'm sorry. So like I've said before, today's recipe is a healthy dinner recipe and you and your family are going to love it. It's that for acid reflux, if you're struggling with acid reflux, heartburn, ulcer and GERD. Many people from ordinary families struggle with acid reflux, heartburn, ulcer and GERD. And my husband is one of them. He's been struggling with acid reflux for some time right now. I'm sorry. So I made a playlist in my channel where I share with you all healthy recipes that I make to control is acid reflux, something like that. So I'd love if you go and check the playlist in my channel. It has like 12 videos to 13 videos that you're going to love. 13 to 12 recipes, I'm sorry, that you're going to love. I'd love if you go and check it out. The playlist in my channel, it's just meant to share with you all simple and easy recipes that can be made by any ordinary families. If you are struggling with the conditions that I've named, go check it out. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and kindly subscribe to my channel for more healthy recipes. Yeah, so like I said before, when your flatbread starts to form bubbles like you've seen right now, that's when you're going to like flip the other side, and then you're going to cook the other side as shown in the video. And as you can see, our flatbread is ready. So I'm sorry about the camera angles. I'm going to be changing my camera because I'm going to like be multitasking, something like that. So I'm going to be flattening the dough, and then again I'm going to be cooking our flatbread, so the camera angles won't be the same. And like I said before, I'm sorry about that. So for the rest of my flatbreads, I'm going to make them off camera, and then I'm going to set our flatbreads aside. So moving on, I'm going to start making our ground beef stew, and this is a healthy version of a ground beef stew or minced meat stew, something like that. So to my pot, I'm going to add my oil. You're going to add your oil depending on the amount of stew that you want to make. After adding my oil, I'm going to add my ground beef. I'm going to mix well as shown in the video. So today we're going to be using tomato, and I'm going to cut the tomato that you just seen right now in half. So we're going to use it, I'm sorry, I meant we are going to use like half of it, and it's a small tomato. So if you're struggling with acid reflux and heartburn, you have to watch your oil. You only use a little bit of oil in your recipes. So after mixing my ground beef for a little while, I'm going to add a bowl of my carrots, some green peas and carrots, and then moving on, I'm going to add some ginger. I added a quarter tablespoon of my ginger, and I also added some paprika. I added 2 tablespoons of paprika to replace, since you are not going to be using so much tomatoes, so the paprika will take the place of tomatoes. I'm also going to add 1 small grated carrot and our half small chopped tomato. I'm then going to mix everything well together, cover my pot, and then I'm going to let my tomato soften. So the grated carrot that we added is going to give the stew a color, since you are not going to be using so much tomatoes like I've said before, and that's the reason why we also used some paprika. I'm now going to add my water to slightly cover my ground beef. I'm going to adjust my salt, and then I'm going to cover my pot and cook my stew until most of my water is drained. I hope you've understood that. So moving on, we are going to finish making our flatbreads, and I'm really sorry about this part of the video. I turned off my camera when doing this part of the video unknowingly. So all I did, to a bowl I added 3 tablespoons of margarine since I didn't have butter at home. To it I added half a bunch of thinly fresh chopped coriander, and then I popped it in the microwave for 7 to 10 minutes to melt it, and then all I did was to just apply it to my flatbreads, and then I pressed another flatbread to the other to remove the excess butter. I hope you understand that. So if you don't have like those tiny brushes that people use to apply oil to food, something like that, you can just use your hand. Your hand is the best tool that you have. Just use your hand. So after that, I'm going to set my flatbread aside, and then I'm going to check on my stew. So after a while, most of the water in my stew already drained, and then moving on, I'm going to add half a cup of milk. I'm going to cover it, and then I'm going to cook my stew again for 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to check on my stew, and our stew is ready. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.